Today, I'm going to be showing you how I run a Pathfinder 2e dragon in Foundry VTT. Specifically, the dragon that appears at the end of floor 2 of Menace Under Otari, the Pathfinder 2e beginner's box. This dragon loves to TPK parties, especially parties new to Pathfinder 2e, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This video is part of Monster Week. Thank you, Jenny D and Pointy Hat, for setting this up. By the way, the Pathfinder 2e beginner box is a great introduction to the Pathfinder 2e system. If you want to check out a playlist that teaches you how to run it, check it out right here. Remember to like and subscribe if you like this sort of content, and let's get started with PF2e Dragons and Foundry. Our brave adventurers have made their way into the juvenile horned dragon's lair. They've made a grave mistake. The first thing you can do after rolling initiative, if the player characters are all clumped together, is breathe on them with poison breath. That's right, a toxic cloud that deals a bunch of damage in a 30-foot cone. Now, you want to click on the button and then control or shift mouse wheel to shift the cone around in the direction you desire. Let's place it right here. Look at that. Seems to get everybody. That targeting thing that just popped up, it's part of the tool belt module. Really important, really useful. Check out the video up there. The dragon's first two actions are to breathe a poison breath. As tool belt has automatically target all enemies for me, I can just click on this chat box for basic reflex and it'll have a prompt for all the players to roll the reflex save. So let's do that right now. And as I roll the reflex save for every single player here one by one, it does certainly look like they're not looking too good, with a couple of critical failures and a couple of failures here. This is why this dragon is a party killer. Let's go ahead and roll the damage. Now, as I apply the damage by clicking on the button here, you can apply double to people who crit failed and normal to people who failed. Remember, it's a basic save. Check the rules as the party slowly dies. Also, don't forget to roll the recharge for this dragon, as it's going to take him 4 rounds for it to recharge its breath again. We want to make sure we put the counter on him for 4 rounds so that we remember to find this counter macro in my reaction use macro as well, which we're about to do right now. Check out this video right here on Pathfinder 2e macros. Dragon's last action, we can try demoralize with basic action macros here, and Valeros will be frightened 1. It's now time for Valeros to step up to the dragon and try to hit it, but attacks of opportunity in Pathfinder work slightly differently than 5e. Let me show you how it works in this one. The juvenile horned dragon has a reaction called Twisting Tail, which says when a creature within 10 feet uses a move action or leaves a square. Currently, Valeros used a moved action from here to here, which means that the dragon, who has a reach of 10 feet, can strike at Valeros as he moves closer. It does say it has a -2 penalty, which means we're going to have to select this check mark that does the automation for the penalty automatically. We're going to go ahead and target Valeros and strike, and it looks like that's a hit for 9 damage. Let's apply that to Valeros right now, and look, it says on a hit the target's move action is disrupted, which means that he can't get any closer. Oh, and don't forget to click on the reaction use macro from the macro we got earlier in the other video. We're well on our way to TPKing our party. Let me show you some other moves this dragon has, just in case you really want to mess with them. Go ahead and assume it's the dragon's turn again. We're going to get rid of the reaction use symbol. We're going to move the counter from 4 to 3. Then the dragon is going to spend its first action stepping forward, and its second and third action doing Draconic Frenzy, which means that the dragon makes 2 claw strikes and 1 tail strike in any order. This is a 2-action activity that gives 3 attacks, so it's sort of an action compression thing for the dragon. It's really cool. Let's go ahead and try to finish off Valeros here. Make sure to unselect Twisting Tail. Let's go ahead and claw. That's a hit to Valeros. He's down, but the dragon's hungry. So we're not done with the 3 attacks in 2 actions, so we're going to do the next attack here with MAP. That looks like a crit. Hey, have you seen their Draconic Momentum? When the dragon gets a critical success on a strike, they recharge their poison breath, which means we can now take the counter off. Their breath weapons recharged. Will our intrepid heroes survive? No, they're gonna TPK. Let's do our last attack on Valeros. Luckily, a miss. Let's assume everybody's had a turn, and being generous here, we're gonna remove like 40 hit points from the dragon. And maybe Ezrin got healed a little bit with the healing potion. Sure, why not? It's not gonna save them. It's the dragon's turn again. I recommend you fly up here and use poison breath again. This would probably finish the party and TPK them as we want to do. But I'm gonna show you some different stuff that this dragon can do as well. For example, I can target Harsk here, and since the dragon has deception, I use a basic action macro to feint on Harsk. Since that is a success, Harsk is now off guard to the dragon, which means that when I attack with his horn that deals 1d12 plus 4 bludgeoning, it's gonna have an easier time to hit, and Harsk is not looking good. More cool things you can do in Pathfinder. Since the horned dragon gets 3 actions, you could probably fly somewhere, strike, crit, and then fly back another 30 feet. Hit and run tactics are very dragonish. At this point, I've shown you probably every conceivable thing the beginner's box dragon can do to TPK your party. I do recommend if you're new to Pathfinder, you try the beginner's box yourself and try to TPK them in your own home game. Also, if you were expecting to see a bunch of dead player characters because the dragon killed them, you can join my Discord because I have an in memoriam channel which has a lot of dead player characters. Like and subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I've posted a video here of why I think Pathfinder 2e is just slightly better than 5e. Thank you for watching.